What's going on, Shakeen? It's about time EX Turk. I'm going to speed this up because at 1 o'clock I'm going to get picked up for a special date. But anyways, we're going to be talking about why Ardyn Izunia is the most evilest villain of Final Fantasy ever. But what about Kefka? Kefka destroyed the world. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not very much of a Kefka fan because Kefka's a cop-out of the Joker. Not just only that, but it does not count because Kefka's insane, you know. Kefka lost his sanity when he fell in the batch of chemicals. So mental illness is a technicality issue in this thing. Ardyn, when he did the stuff he did it knowingly what he was doing. There was no mental illness. It was just plain jealousy. Now, there's a reason why jealousy is one of the biggest. You know, there's a good reason why jealousy is one of the greatest, one of the greatest and biggest sins ever, because it caused you to do this. As it caused him to kill his older brother Izunia, it caused him to join up with Ifrit and pretty much spread the Star Scourge everywhere, far and wide, which caused a whole lot of people to turn to demons if they look at the sun. But there's actually more to that than why Ardyn is evil is even deeper. It is the evilest Final Fantasy villain ever. Now I know, well, what about Chaos and Spiritus? Those are gods based off of evil principles. Those don't count. They're born to be evil. Ardyn was a good king, and he was the original Oracle, which he did heal people and did good for the people. Now I guess he was like Sephiroth. Everybody loved him and stuff like that, but Ardyn chose his own path. Ardyn chose to do all this because he thought he should have been the Lucius ascended king. But the Astrals chose his older brother because they sensed the disturbing part of Ardyn, because Ardyn let his jealousy fester so much that the Astrals took a look at Ardyn and like, hell no, he ain't be no ascended king. What the fuck you is talking about? You won't be some ascended king? No. You rejected it, and Ardyn didn't take this very well. Ardyn did not take that very well. So Ardyn's first crime was to kill his brother out of bitter jealousy. His own brother out of bitter jealousy. And then during the Scourge time, he's discovered Ifrit, and he's became the full Star Scourge. So the second crime is he's the physical Star Scourge. He's the king of the Star Scourge, the king of demons. Now, you can't tell me what biblical character that does not remind you of. Which makes a lot of sense for Ardyn to be the, Final Fantasy's version of the devil. Or at least Lucifer. That's what he pretty much is. Because, Lucifer started out to be loved by his fellow angels, and then he turned bad over and being jealous. So that's what I guess that is kind of copping out just a little bit. But at the same time, there's a reason why, there's a reason why Ardyn is known as the most evilest Final Fantasy villain ever. And then after he became the physical Star Scourge and spread it worldwide, for years and years to come, for more demons to be born out of humans being affected by the Star Scourge. So that's a lot of people. Since there's a whole bunch of people on EOS, it's a lot of people that are affected by the Star Scourge. So that's, those are thousands of years of people being affected. So he's affected men, women, and children, even children. Another crime of Ardyn is he manipulated the Niflheim Empire. Now the Niflheim Empire started becoming greedy with power and started, conquering other countries. But when Ardyn spoon-fed Idolus, the Emperor of Niflheim. He spoon-fed him so much that Idolus made him Chancellor and Governor of the Niflheim Empire. the chancellor's like the governor position. He made Ardyn the chancellor. While Idolis was sitting on a throne, giving executive orders, Ardyn pretty much just is pretty much the governing person that meets with all the other world leaders, as you see in Kingsglaive. But he spoon-fed Idolis, which for a long time, the Niflheim Empire has been there for a long time. So for 3,000 years, for not the Niflheim Empire, but Ardyn's existed for 3,000 years. That's how old Ardyn really is. But but more than that, the Niflheim Empire had wars over and over. Took people's homes, countries, it made immigrants, and stuff like that. Hence why there's a reason why Titus Duronitus is drawn to the Niflheim Empire, because he was one of those immigrants that was made by the wars long time ago. But those wars were started by Ardyn, and then Ardyn is the one who told Idolis where the last remaining crystal was, because since Ardyn's a Lucius Caelum, he would know about the Lucius Caelum. He would know that the crystal would remain there for years. So for years and years, Niflheim and Insomnia has battled each other for years. So that's a lot of wars. So with a lot of wars, that's a lot of dead bodies. Not just from Lucius Caelum kings or queens or their families, but civilians that got caught up in the casualties. Because there were civilians that got caught up in the casualties of every war Niflheim and Insomnia had against each other. So that's a lot of bloodshed right there. And even though Ardyn didn't directly kill those people, he led the attacks, being in the governor position that he is, thanks to Idolis' decision. Which is kind of sad, because Idolis used to be a beloved emperor until Ardyn manipulated Idolis as well. So years and years of that. He's also killed Astrals too. There were other 6 Astrals. Now, maybe not directly. Maybe Idolis took maybe some other people in the Niflheim Empire has killed the other Astrals, but he's pretty much killed a bunch of gods, a bunch of fal'Cie. And in this game, Final Fantasy 15, the fal'Cie are the good guys because they're the Astrals. So he's killed innocent fal'Cies who's just trying to fix the world and make it better. Now, sure, the Astrals didn't do everything good. Like Bahamut was the one who killed Eos due to the fact that she had kids with a human being, and that's very taboo. I think that was kind of over the top. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, they're just trying to keep the world safe. And that's why the Astrals hate Ardyn. And that's why Gentiana has left Ardyn and searched for the new Oracle, which was Lunafreya. Now let's get to present timeline. All the events of Kingsglaive was the whole entire Niflheim attack arc, where the Niflheim Empire infiltrates Insomnia by creating a fake peace treaty. Even though King Regis couldn't trust it, he had to do what he could, because at this point Regis is weak because of all the magic he used from the Lucius Caelum bloodline lineage. So he had no choice but to let Ardyn and Idolis in for the peace treaty, which was staged only to start incite another war, and this was the final war to take the crystal. So all the events in Kingsglaive were also Ardyn's fault too. Even though Ardyn was smart enough, he set the events that was going to happen. But even before that, Ardyn has talked to King Regis before Kingsglaive. He talked to him through the crystal using his orb and bright magic, and King Regis knows who Ardyn is. At least for the most part. He don't know he's a Lucius Caelum, but he knows he's responsible for the stuff. And the crystal, which was Ardyn's, was Ardyn's demand for another life to be sacrificed. And King Regis says, how many lives this time? How many lives are you going to take this time? And then Ardyn's like, I'm only looking for one. meaning that he knows that Ardyn knows that the last remaining Lucius Caelum is going to be Noctis, because he plans to get Regis killed, which he does through his Imperial General Glocka. So King Regis's death is also done by Ardyn, because Glocka is the general. He's just the general that follows the governing board. So let's fast forward to the events. Okay, let's fast forward the events. After he stops being nice, you go to Altitia, and you get the Hydrian. Ardyn stabs Lunafreya right in the heart. Now, Lunafreya does have a little bit of strength to talk to Ravus before she dies, but nonetheless, Ardyn has committed an atrocity, killed an oracle. If you killed an oracle, that's like killing a religious figure. So Ardyn has pushed it too far. Ardyn has went too far already. And then skip to chapter 13, where he kidnaps Prompto and messes up Prompto really badly, even to the point where Prompto is now psychologically scarred. That's why he is not the same character. And through Versteel, another person who was under Ardyn, who's plotted with Ardyn. And then in chapter 13, when Ravus betrays Idolus, loses the battle to Idolus, he pretends to be Noctis using his magic. And even before that, he'd done this to Noctis before, knocking Prompto off the train by turning Prompto into Ardyn by flip-flopping, because he has the magic power to do that. He flip-flopped and turned himself to Noctis and cut off Ravus' arm and killed Ravus at cold blood. And saying that, you try to take the crystal of my stay, meaning that he doesn't like anyone who's trying to take the crystal and become the hero, because he feels like what makes Ardyn evil, he thinks in his mind he should be the Ascended King, he should be the hero, he should be the great hero of the world. And, that's why he kills Ravus in cold blood as Noctis, because Ravus wants to make amends to Noctis, so pretty much Ravus died of a broken heart, opposite of what his sister went through with Ardyn. And then chapter 14, where there's nothing but demons roaming around the world. The only safe place is Lestalla. So I'm pretty sure a lot of civilians were killed. And the worst part is, Ardyn has betrayed Idolus and killed Idolus to look like the hero. Idolus wanted to have his kingdom back, and Ardyn has killed Idolus and be named a savior. A guy names himself a savior for all the evil shit he's been doing. Yeah, so this dude is completely evil and narcissistic. So, pretty much everything that happens in chapter 14, his fault. Because he's descended darkness to the whole world where nothing but demons. No place is inhabitable except Lestalla. So Noctis has to finish off Ardyn once and for all, even though he had to sacrifice his life. He had to sacrifice his life to stop this evil. So what do you think in the comments below? May the crystal be with you. Like and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this. Do you think this is the truth?